Hi, my crafty friends. I am working on a Christmas in July project and needed some little gift bags. And since we're in COVID, I didn't want to run out and start looking for some. I actually had originally thought about using treat bags like you use for parties, but it's July and I didn't think I'd be able to find any in a Christmas theme yet. So I decided to make it with some of my papers because I have copious amounts of Christmas paper. Love Christmas, so bought tons of it last year. So this is a little bag, and then this is a larger bag. This one, I'm going to punch holes and put a ribbon in it. This particular one, I made a bag topper for. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do for this size bag is cut a piece of paper that is a rectangle, and this one is going to be 6.5 by 10. Now, one of the things I learned is if the paper is too heavy, it will crack. So this is a lighter weight of paper. I'm going to cut it at 6.5. And I can use this leftover piece for another bag, a little bit smaller bag, and by 10. I'm then going to score this on the 10-inch side, which means 10 is right here. I'm going to score it at 9.5. Then I'm going to flip it over on the 6.5-inch side and score it at, let's see, that would be 4.5. I want 2 inches. This ends up being the base of my bag. In working with these yesterday, I found that scoring it helps me to get a better fold. So just go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a crease here. So this is the size your finished bag will be, and this is going to be the base of it. The first thing you're going to do is fold this part over. This is your 10-inch side again. So you're going to fold right up to this crease line, score line. Get it nice and straight. And then I use my bone folder to get a good crease. Then I'm using score tape today. Yesterday I used my art glitter glue. As you know, it takes a little bit of time to set up. So today I thought I'd do it this way and see how that works. Always burnish your score tape to make sure it's got a good adhesion. There we go. I do use art glitter glue on top of my score tape. I just feel like it gives me a little bit of time to move things around if I need to. And sometimes your art glitter glue just doesn't come out. There we go. Let's put a little bit of art glitter glue along here. I'm the world's worst at remembering to put my pin in. And then fold this over. And then that's the seam on your bag, and you'll end up with something like this. Then you're going to fold up where you did that 2-inch score line. You're going to turn down this edge here so it's flat against the bottom. Remember how we used to make those little hats in elementary school? or a paper airplane, as my grandson would do, or does. Then you open that up, and you fold it in like this. So you have this kind of a look. Now the next thing you're going to do is take this bottom, and you see where that score line is, and that's where you can go into your bag. You're going to fold this bottom just past that score line. And then you will do the same thing with the top. Just past there, and this creates the bottom of your bag. Again, we need a little piece of score tape to adhere. And again, I will use a little bit of art glitter glue just to make sure that we have a sturdy bag. I'm doing a Christmas in July project and needed some bags when I decided how I was going to present the items in the swap that I'm doing, and didn't want to go and look for treat bags, and didn't think I could find any treat bags for Christmas theme. So I thought I'd make my own. So now what we're going to do is make the gussets on the side. So see how this has a little bit of a V up in here? So this point is going to be folded up into that V. And then you'll do the same thing on this side. So again, you have a little V here, point, fold it up in here. Open it up. Open your bag. So you have to make a bag big enough to get your hand in. Right now, you're going to take all of these score lines and fold them the opposite direction. So everything that was a mountain fold is now a valley fold, and vice versa. There we go. That little V in there. And there's your gusset on that side. And now we'll do the same thing on this side. Push down, pull up. And there you have a perfect little bag. See how cute? So one of the things I was going to do is, like these, I put a little embellishment on them. So I thought I'd see. Let's see. What paper do I have to work with over here? Yeah, I brought this to back it. I think I'll use this one right here. And what I tend to do is, I don't want the hole to come out, so I'm going to glue over it. So I'm not going to use this as a little tag. And then I glue it on my big piece of paper with the amount of overhang I want on two sides. Take my trimmer, and everybody's trimmer is different, so I'm sure you know where to go. For me, this is a Cricut personal cutter, so I put mine on the edge of that clear. And same thing here. So it's a little crooked. I guess my blade needs changing because it's not very nice. And I think I'll use my Crop-A-Dile stub. I think I'm going to use the stub side. And then I do a lot of albums, so I save my leftover pieces, use it to give me some dimension. It's cheaper than foam tape. We all have scraps of stuff. This is pretty thin craft board. I like giving dimension. My real life is an interior designer, and I love shadows and shapes, giving dimension. So glue that on the back, and then figure out how you want this on your bag. This looks like it needs a little bit of a trim. And I can still do a ribbon at the top or put a bag topper. I think what I'll end up doing is probably putting a word on this, cutting it out with my die cut, and put a word like blessings or faith or something like that. But then that gives it a little bit of dimension. It's a sweet little bag. And there you go. How easy was that? Still have a piece of paper that's a scrap that I can make another bag. So go through your scraps. I'm sure you're like all the rest of us and we never throw anything away. But there you go. There's all these different sizes of bags made with scraps, and be great. And how cute for a office swap, or mine's the 25-day, so each of the gifts in the swap will be in a bag, or most of them will be in a bag. And I've got numbers, so 1 through 25. You could do all kinds of things with these. I've thought about making them large enough to hold some cards and put 2 or 3 cards in them. So anyway, have fun. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like below and subscribe, and leave me constructive criticism. I'm a new YouTuber and would really appreciate any hints of doing a better job and improving my videos. Thanks for joining me today. This is Terry Marcus with the Yaya Collection.